Hello parents, this is another activity and we're going to be using our It's Time to Learn daily review textbook. And so in this segment today we're going to discuss about counting money. And so a lot of times, as we know, with most of our children, they love to see money because most times you as a parent love to see money. Yet what is the value of money? What is money or currency? How much is it worth? How much do you have? We're going to talk about all that in this book. Our feature today is this magazine that came in the mail. It's no promotion to the company at all, but the magazine did come in the mail, and as you can see, it's all kinds of goodies here, right? All kinds of treats, whether you, the parent or educator, needs it, or whether it's something that the child may see and the child may want. Yet what happens when our children see these books with all these colors and gadgets and all kinds of things and they want it, yet they don't know the value of money to know, can they get it? They figure they've been collecting coins from everywhere, and so they feel that they have everything that they need to get that thing, and they just come in here and say, Mommy, can you get this from me? Or Daddy, can you get this from me? We're going to talk about all that on today. So we have our assistant who is going to help us in this activity. And on this page, in our daily review workbook page, again, when you purchase an actual book from us, it's actually reusable. It can go, if you take care of it properly, use the right products to write in it as well as to clean it, you'll be able to keep that book for at minimum of 4 years, because currently these books that we have been going strong for 4 years and they're not coming apart. They're not dirty from the dry erase markers because we only use washable dry erase markers. And the solution that we use is not with that excessive scent. Instead, it's a very sweet smelling scent that is just pleasant, and it washes and wipes off everything. I'll quickly show you like that. And literally you just come, push this over, and you will spray on that just like that, and you will take your eraser, which literally can be washed in the washing machine, and just go ahead and you will just erase that. That's what keeps that page squeaky clean with no residue left on it. Okay, you want to keep these erasers clean also because, again, after a while the dye from the markers are on these erasers. So you want, whether you soak it in the dishwasher, in the dishwater, like a little bucket, or if you want to throw it in your washing machine, it's up to you. I don't recommend putting it with anything else, but I do recommend that you try to wash it maybe every 2 or 3 days, or maybe at the end of the week, and then you can wash it, just to make sure you can keep that same clean consistency, because it is made out of fibers. Okay, all right, perfect. So let's get into this activity right now. So the first part we're going to do with this activity is really simple. What we're going to do right now is just count all of the coins that we have. So this activity is called How Many Coins Do You Have? Not how much, but how many coins do you have? Let's go ahead and we're going to start and count all the coins. So now you can go ahead and count all the coins. Count each coin. So it's just 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Wait, slow down. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold on a minute. And then we have, watch out, 21, 22. So we have a total of 22 coins in all. We put these coins, it wasn't intentionally, but they ended up going in groups of 4. So in groups of 4, we literally have 22. We have 4 going across in a row, and 5. Well, let's see how many coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for the most part coming down in a column. We have 2 columns of 6, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns of 4. So again, this is what it means to count money. When you say how many coins do you have, in this case it's 22 coins that we have a total of. Now in this segment we're going to talk about ratios and proportions. And you may be saying, ratios and proportion for a child this young, like how? But what you don't know is that we deal with ratios and proportions and fractions every single day. It all comes with the terminology called grouping. I also want to just throw in here and let you know that every time when you're counting money, coins, food, candy, chips, whatever it is, you're actually reading, because the word counting actually means reading. So you're just reading that object, or reading those coins, reading these toys. You're reading it. That's how you count numbers. It's about reading it. So, that's how you read numbers. It's called counting. So now we're going to do ratios and proportions, okay? So the first thing is, Nathaniel, I want you to go and find all the pennies in this group and take them out. Just take out only the pennies. Only the pennies. And the pennies are the brown coin. Yes, very good. Take that out. Put it to the side over here. Put it right over there. That's one. There's another one. And see, this also helps each child with identifying their coins, so that you know that they know what each coin is, and that they're having a full understanding, value, and connection of those coins. So let's count how many pennies we have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we have how many pennies?
5.
Say we have 5 pennies.
We have 5 pennies.
We have 5 pennies, very good. But we had 22 coins, right?
Yes.
So that's 5 out of 22.
Yes.
Say 5
5
out of 22.
out of 22.
Very good. And so there we go again, beginning those stages to teach them. You can go as you start working with each child to know, like 5 over 22, which one is the partial number, which one is the whole number. And again, that teaches them to understand fractions. Let's go and find the nickels. The nickels. In our workbook, we actually identify each coin just to make it a little, to find each coin that can be somewhat identical to that. So that's the penny. Here's the nickel. Of course, this was the original nickel, but they've changed them and made them even more detailed with signatures these days. So, but there's the nickel. Here's the dime. And then here is the quarter. Thankfully, this is the original quarter. So here's the quarter, just to keep them that as coins change and you get a new one, you want to introduce that to your child so that they don't see that new coin or bill and not know what it is, but that they will know that this is what that is. So you don't want to just get and just stock the money in your pocket, but you want to introduce that to your child as well. So they can, again, to see which one looks like and be able to make that association as you're going to teach them how to count, we're going to say, or read numbers, okay? So let's go back and put this back over here. And now we're going to get out the nickels. The purpose of that was talking about the nickel. So the nickel looks like this. So let's go and go find the nickels. Here's a nickel. Put it right over here. That's one nickel. That's another nickel. There's another one. Just line them all up.
Oops.
Okay, and so those are all of our nickels. Now we're going to do the dime, which is worth 10 cents, the dime. Let's get all the dimes and put them over here. We're going to stack them up. Go ahead. Again, this is great to have your child ready for learning, ready for school. It's time to learn. Get all the dimes, and you're going to put them all over here. Now you can make this as creative as you want to make it, but sometimes we try to make things too creative and it takes away from the real lesson that the child needs to learn what it is that they do need to learn. Let's put all the quarters together now. All the quarters, which looks like this. Let's put all the quarters all together on one row. Go ahead. Okay, that's one. So this is also again called grouping, and we're just grouping each coin. We're just grouping them. Again, parents and educators and teachers, when you're working with the child, it helps them to better understand it. Do not just give them the activity and say, you go do it. It's always best when you can take out that time and you can plan even your, your lesson plan for the week according to that. This activity took 30 minutes. This activity took 20 minutes. There are 10 children in the classroom. I need to be able to get this down to this amount of minutes per student so that I can complete this activity and knowing that the child has full understanding in it. So now that we have each of the coins, pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters in grouped order, we're going to now go into the next part of this. So now, Nathaniel, how many nickels do we have? How many nickels do we have? Count the nickels.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have 4 nickels. How many dimes do we have?
1, 2, 3.
Touch it with your finger, each dime.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, doing
5,
that lets
6,
them
7, 8.
be able to recognize the coins whenever they are, instead of just letting them not physically touch it and come in contact with it. It's necessary to come in contact and establish that connection. In order for the child to establish the proper connection, that's what they need to do. Okay. The quarters. Let's go over the quarters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 5 quarters. Can you say 5 quarters?
5 quarters.
Okay, very good. So out of 22 coins, we have how many quarters?
5.
5 quarters. Out of 22 coins, we have how many dimes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 dimes. Out of 22 coins, we have how many nickels?
4.
Very good. And out of 22 coins, we have how many pennies?
5.
Very good. Now, that concludes our lesson on how many coins we have. Now we're going to go into the next lesson. So now we're going to get into how much money we have. We know we have 22 coins, but how much money we have? Because see, in this magazine, our assistant here today, Nathaniel would like to purchase this sand. And this sand is $19.99. $19.99. Let's write that out so that Nathaniel can see what's his goal. His goal is, does he have enough to purchase the sand? So $19.99 is the goal which we need to get at. Now we're coming to identify the money in a way that's going to teach us how to now count the money by actually adding the money, by grouping it all together and knowing its value and its worth. This is so important when teaching children about their value and their worth, as well as what we also talk about place value and how to line them up and getting into adding. As you can see in our daily review workbook, the numbers are already lined up, and they're lined up decimal formation. We even use the cent sign, which a lot of people don't use that anymore, but we still use that cent sign to let you know about cents as well as the dollar sign. Also, when you're doing this, again, it's necessary to teach a child about that and how to add them up, showing them how to line them up, helping them how to add, and understanding why it is important for us to add or subtract or divide or multiply depending on what operation that you are doing. So we're going to go into the pennies. Nathaniel, I'd like you to take each penny and line it up over here to the big penny in the book. So we're going to just take them like this, and we're going to start off the activity with the child by showing them exactly what you need from them to do. Let's put it face up. What you want for the child to do, pennies only, put them up here, so that this way they have an understanding. Don't just assume that they know or expect for them to know automatically, but show them. That gives them the initiative that they need to know which way to go. So great. So these are all the pennies that we have, which were 5 pennies. 1 penny equals how many cents? 1 cent.
1 cent.
Very good. But we have 5, so let's count them. 1 cent.
1 cent.
2 cents.
2 cents. 3 cents. 1 cent. 1 cent.
5 cents. So we have 5 cents. 5 cents in pennies. That's necessary for us to know, right? I'm going to try to kind of group them like this so we can put how many we have. Not yet. You have to wait for the next instruction. So we don't want to go ahead, because one thing about when you're learning, if you speed through in a rush, you're going to make a mistake and an error. Better we take our time, get it done, and we're going to get the whole prize of it all. So we have 5 cents. Can you copy this and actually write 0.05 cents? Can you do that now? And I didn't spray it. Once we're done, we're going to just go ahead and just wipe everything off once and for all. As you can see, when you don't spray it, what happens? But once you do, that's going to turn and not look like that. Go ahead and write the decimal point and the 0 and the 5 and the cent sign. You can write it right there. Decimal point like this. Well, that's a 0. Put your decimal point right there in front of it, like this one. Put it up there. Very good. And then the 5. Very good. And then make your C and the line. Very good. That's 5 cents. Very good. Now, very good. Close up your marker. Now we're going to put all the nickels. All the nickels. So there's 1, 2. Get all the nickels. 3. And we can just line it up under here like that. And get the other one. Being that you're dealing with real money, this is even better because guess what? This is what the money is. So we're not having to go into, it's a paper money, it doesn't look the same, and you can purchase those things, but dealing with the real thing, you get to show the child the real value of everything. All right, when it comes to the nickel, it's worth how many cents, Nathan?
0, 5
cents. Very good. So how many pennies make 5 cents, Nathan? How many pennies make 5 cents?
4.
You sure it's 4?
Yes.
Count each penny.
1, 2.
Count each penny. Penny. Where's the penny?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5 pennies make 5 cents, right?
5 cents.
That means that 5 pennies equal 1 what? 1. What's this?
Nickel.
Very good. 5 pennies equal how many nickels?
1.
1 nickel. Very good, Nathan. So now we're at 5. So this is 5. We're going to learn how to count by 5. Don't play with the coins. We got to focus over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So we have 20 cents. So now, Nathan, I want you to take the marker and I want you to write 20 cents. So put your decimal and 20 in the cent sign. Always hold your book so you can be able to have a good penmanship. Okay, so we can't see that number, excuse me. You gotta make it so we can see it. Okay, put it up there so we can see. Don't write it. You have to be confident when you write. Go ahead, make your 2. There you go. 0. Okay, go ahead, put your decimal point. Very good. Put your 0. And put your cent sign. There we go. And close up the marker. Okay. Now we're going to move to which currency, Nathan? Which coin is this?
Quarter.
This coin right here is the quarter? What coin is that?
A nickel.
So what's this?
A nickel.
So then what's this?
A penny.
So what's this?
Penny.
So what's this? That is a dime.
Dime.
Again, sometimes when you're working too long with the child or they're ready to go on to something else or they're not getting what they want, they're going to start to go. Use that moment to reinforce what they've already shown you that they know. Don't get upset. Don't get angry. Just use that moment to reinforce that with that child so that you can be able to continue to keep going. That is a dime. And a dime is worth how many cents? 10 cents. Very good. 10 cents.
10 cents.
Let's take each dime and put it up over here next to this dime in the book. Okay, so now we have all the dimes lined up. Now, when you're working with, leave the quarters alone because right now we're only working with the dimes. We're not playing with the quarters. We're not talking to the quarters. Let them stay right there. With the dimes, we're going to count those now. So we know that we had 8 dimes, but now we're going to know how much 8 dimes are worth. So here we go. 10, we're going to be counting by tens. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 80 cents. Let's go ahead and write 80 cents up there.
Your phone.
Make your cent sign. Very good. So 80 cents is how much 8 dimes equals. 8 dimes equal 80 cents. So how many pennies would that be? That means if 1 penny is worth 1 cent, and you have 80 cents, you would need 80 pennies.
80 pennies.
80 pennies equals 80 cents. So if you're noticing, each of these bigger coins that sometimes you think you have more because you have this coin, don't oversight this penny. Because if you have 5 pennies, you have 5 cents. If you have 10 pennies, you have 10 cents. If you have 25, if you have 1 quarter, you need 25 pennies. Each coin has its value and its worth, and that's why it's important for children to know that, and even you as an adult, because you may be in a situation you need something you need to go to the store, buy milk or an outfit or a uniform or anything, or maybe you want to purchase this book and you're like, let me see how much I have. Knowing the value of each coin will let you know how much you have. Let's go into the quarters now. So 1 quarter is 25 cents. Let's go ahead and line these quarters up. Yeah, put it on the head side. Very good. And then we have one more. Now in this segment, we are not working with bills. We're only working with coins. So again, let's count these coins. We're going to be going by 25. Now that's a big number, 25. But we're going to learn, and we're going to go step by step, because the shortcut way would say 4 quarters equal $1, which is what we see below here. But what happens when you have 5 quarters? Or what happens when you have 3 quarters? Or what happens when you have 2 quarters? So we're going to go through each one so we can understand its value. So let's go. That's 25,
25,
50,
50,
75, $1,
$1,
$1.25. So now we have to make this make sense over here. It's $1 like this and 25 cents. This is the way we're going to write that. We're going to write the dollar sign. We're going to put $1 like this. We're going to put our decimal point there now. And instead of 00, we are going to write 25. Okay? I want you to do the same thing right under here. I'm going to leave that as a guide for you, and you go ahead and write that under there. Hold your paper and go ahead and write.
You just did it.
Now it's your turn to do it. Copy what I wrote up here.
Up here.
Very good. Decimal point. And that's it. Stop. Very good. Close your marker. Very good. So now we just wrote literally how much money we have in that way. Now we're going to get to the next part. I'm going to move these coins and come back. Okay. So we're going to remove all these coins. Also, what we're going to do is go ahead and clean this up. Again, you just close this like that, and Val's going to go ahead and assist in cleaning. And again, see how this is coming? I wish you all could just smell this because it smells so yummy.
And tasty.
Yeah, but we're not tasting it though.
Aww.
But it smells so good. But when you purchase this, you will be able to smell it. Now, of course, you can get the downloadable version, but you won't have the ability to reuse it over and over again, as well as to smell this yummy, yummy smell from this cleaning solution for this dry erase product. Also, remember again that as you are cleaning your book and getting that clean look, we're using washable dry erase markers only versus the regular dry erase markers, because they stain no matter how you try. Even if it says it's, I don't know, less than normal, it still does it. But you have to also use this and wash it, whether if you soak it in some water, some baking soda, ammonia, however you got to do it. But you can clean this at the end. By the end of the week, it's best you do it. Now, if you remember in school when you were younger parents, you had to clean those chalkboard erasers at the end of the school day. So if you can go ahead and do it, it'll be great and ready for the next day of learning. Okay, so let's go. We're going to add up everything that we had over here. So what we had was 5 cents in pennies. We had 20 cents in nickels. We had 80 cents, and I'm going to go back and put my cent sign because again we want to teach them to keep that in mind. And then we had $1.25 in quarters. Now, we're going to add. So we're going to teach that sign. We're going to add. So let's start. 5 plus 5 equals. Let's use our fingers, or we can use tally marks that we talk about in our other activity book. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. We're going to bring down the 0. We're going to carry our 1 on top. Now we're going to add again. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 8 equals 11. How do we know? Again, use your tally marks. 1, 2, 3. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, making that 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11. We're going to bring down the 1, and we're going to share on the other side. 1 plus 1 equals 2. $2.10. Well, Nathaniel wanted the sand that cost $19.99. Now the question is, does Nathaniel have enough to purchase the sand that costs $19.99? Does Nathaniel have enough? No, Nathaniel does not have enough to purchase that. But parents, this one is going to be for you. If you would like to now, I'm going to say as a reward, maybe at the end of the month, or however you want to work that out, as a, you can say a treat, a bonus, a reward for him doing his lessons or her doing her lessons. Well, whoever the child is, guess what you can do? You can then go and add to what they have already accumulated, because that's all has to do with counting. So everything they have accumulated, you can add all of those and add to it to help them get that. Teachers in your classroom, there's something you can do maybe every month to add on for the child if you're willing to make that investment into the future. And you can say, you know what, we'll pick one thing or pick it out of the box, and then by the time they pick whichever one out of the box, that will be the goal that you all will work towards to be able to purchase that. You can even get the parents involved with that, and just, it's going to come to $23, including shipping and tax and everything. So it's 10 of us, and let's divide it up. So that's like $2.30 per person. Or if everybody else can bring in $2.10, and you add it all together, and you can get that for the classroom as a whole, because when like books like these, it's not, you can purchase it for individual use, but it's also for classroom use. And so that's our lesson today on counting. There's so much more that we'll have. There's worksheets that are available online, and you are more than welcome to go and access them there. But until next time, I am Bella Grace of Bella Grace Academy and the Homeschool Group. Aim first to be a leader. Awesome. All right. Now we're going to do and, A-N.